Hey, welcome again to Schubert Technologies, and this is a product review for the Zeee A90 AC Smart Charger. This charger is similar to the other charger that I reviewed a while back. I like this one better because the other one had a power brick, whereas this one is just the cord. Cord plugs into the back, and so from a power supply standpoint, that's all that you have to do. And also this one comes with the common accessories that you need. So not all chargers are going to come with the ability to use all the different connectors. So you have your XT60, and then you've got some other ones. So as of the time of this recording, I've charged 2 batteries. This is a 4S 1550 with an XT60, and then this is a 2S. So I'll use this one with my Zorro controller, and then this one for my FPV drone that I'm still in the process of getting going. And so the nice thing is both of these worked with this common adapter. Now you can see there's no XT30, but I have XT30 adapters where it goes from a 60 to a 30. So I can just plug that in for those batteries. The inputs on this are just like the other ones. You have the banana clips for the positive and negative. The balance, you're just going to plug this in. It only goes in one way, so if you notice there's some notches there, so just make sure the notches correspond. Now the connector is a little finicky, I noticed, on both ends. This end was the worst. When I was looking at the plastic plug, it had like a little bit of a bow. Actually, you can still see it right there, and so that made it difficult to plug in. So for that reason, and another reason I'll go into here in a second, instead of getting it at 5, which I really wanted to, I'm just going to give it a 4, 4 stars out of 5. And so here you can plug in your different balance leads depending on if it's a 2S, a 4S, what have you. It does have an external input for temperature, has a USB plug, and then this is supposed to be for a DC input, so you would not use that to charge with. And then this. So the main reasons I'm not giving it a 5, first of all, these directions. They're not the best. So for example, the directions don't tell you anything about this port, or this port. I mean, it tells you what they are, but when and how do I use them? How should I not use them? Then the other thing is, in certain cases, it's just, I wish that people didn't make the fonts so small. I mean, I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to read that. I mean, I can read it, but just, I don't know. Now, looking back, maybe it's not as big of a problem, but it's still 4 because, again, these ports, it doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me what I can, what I can't do. So you'll take the 110 plug it in. You'll come up with a 90 charger. By default, my last charging was a LiPo at 1500 amp. If you need to change that, you just keep hitting enter until you get to that, and you can choose it. When you power this on for the first time, it'll be like 5,000, so it won't be that 1500. And then the 1.5 amps, of course, that's going to depend on the C rating of your battery. If it's a 1500 and you're going to do 1 C of charging, that's usually for 4S going to be 1.5 amps. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So we've got a 4S battery, and we will connect first the XT60, then we will connect the balance charge, and the balance charge will have a notch on it, so it's only going to go on one way. 4S, here we are. See, it just updated. It says 4S. If we unplug it, it goes back to unknown. All right, so red to red, black to black, red. Now you can plug these in backwards. So at this point, go slow. So red to red, black to negative. Make sure you don't swap those. All right, so at this point, we are good to go. So if you long press the enter key, it's going to check. It's going to say, okay, I've detected you have a 4S. You selected 4S. If everything's correct, go ahead and press enter again. And now we can see we're starting to charge. So it's charging at 1.5 amps per hour. It's currently at 15.4647. This is a balanced charge. So balanced charge means that it's gonna try to balance the cells, and then this timer will start to time up. It doesn't really correspond to seconds. I'm sure it means something, but I have no idea what it is. If you want to see the individual cells, just press the right, and there you go. So cell 1 is 3914, 3910, 3911, and the last cell seems to be lagging a little bit, 3906. So at that point, never leave a LiPo battery unattended while it's charging. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't normally do this on a bed. I would do it on something metal and inside of a burn bag, but this is just for the purpose of this demonstration. So we would normally take this up to 16.8. So that's going to be a 4.2 volt per cell. So 4 cells times 4.2. That gives you the 16.8. Nominal would be 14.8. This will do a discharge. So if you wanted to discharge, we would take it down to right around like 15.2. The lowest your battery should ever get. So if you ever use this to discharge, don't take it below 12.8 because you will damage the cells. And then the performance of the battery will be diminished at that point. So for the 2S, it's just going to be 2 times all those voltages. So 8.4 is the max, 7.4 is the nominal. So storage would be just above that, like 7.6-ish. And then you never want to take this below 6.4. So go ahead and hook that one up real quick. Hit stop. So you can see it stopped charging. So I'm going to disconnect these first, just to be safe. Disconnect the balance charger. And 2S. So now we see it's a 2S. And I believe it's this one. Now again, make sure you go red to red. I mean, these only go in one way, but you know, I still like to double check it. Red to red, black to black. Right? Yep. Okay. So red, go slow here. All right, so 1500 amps. Let's double check. We're 2200, so I'm going to change that. I'm still going to leave that at 1.5 amps, theoretically at 1C. Well, what the heck, let's go ahead and make it bigger. So 1C would be 2.2. Enter. All right, now we're going to long press. Okay, this is a 2S, 2S, enter. So now it's a slightly higher amperage. Our volts are at 7.6, so it's just over nominal. So this has been at a storage voltage. And then if we press the arrow, you can see what the cells are. So 3881 or 3.881 and 3.86, give or take.